Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first review of 2022. Not a first reaction, it is a review, so sorry. It's going to take some time before a movie comes out that I want to see it in the theaters. But that doesn't mean first reactions can't happen. I can still have them, but they may just not be in my car in the parking lot. But anyway, yes, today is the very first review for 2022. And I'm ready to get started. It's a brand new year. We got a lot of great stuff coming out, and I'm excited to just keep on talking about all the new things. And I got some other content on the way that I definitely want to talk to you guys about. But for today, we're going to be talking about the Showtime limited series, Dexter: New Blood. Now, before we get into the review, there might be some minor spoilers. The finale of this show did wrap up on Sunday, so if you have not seen the entirety of Dexter: New Blood, watch this video at a later time, but I might be getting into some possible spoilers, so because this is a review, and this isn't like a first reaction thing, plus everybody's talking about the finale of New Blood, so you have been warned. But before we start talking about New Blood, I want to talk to you guys about Dexter in general. Dexter is a fictional character who is a serial killer who originally was, after suffering through a very traumatic event in his childhood, he has this dark passenger that makes him, have the urge to kind of kill. But he goes by a code, and he only kills bad people who deserves it. And in the other show, which is just titled Dexter, the first 4 seasons of that show are some of the best stuff I've seen on television. But like most of the fan base has said, season 6 through season 8, what was believed to be the final season at the time, the show really went downhill, unfortunately. But I still highly recommend those first 4 seasons, even if it would end on kind of like a dramatic cliffhanger. It's just, again, who knows? Some people like it, some people don't. I'm just one of those people who I enjoyed the first 4 seasons, but after that, it just... But Dexter: New Blood is basically... well, first I should kind of express how this all came to be. So the original showrunner for Dexter left after season 4, and they brought in someone new. And after the massive response of people who did not like the season 8 finale, the original series finale of Dexter, they brought back the original showrunner to do a limited series, 1 season only, 10 episodes, to kind of give us a newer final season for this character played by the really great Michael C. Hall. Fantastic actor, really great actor. So they brought some of the original team members back, and they brought Dexter back for one final outing. Now, the thing that's different with this show than the previous is that it's now in a widescreen format. It's in an entirely new setting, but it still picks up where Dexter left off in the original series finale, which is technically season 8. And here's the thing now that I've kind of and I should stress that since I was a fan of Dexter, when it was announced that it was going to be getting another go to wrap up the story, I was excited. I was excited to see Dexter maybe finally get the conclusion that he deserves and whatnot. And from the announcement, the first poster, the first trailer, I was hooked. I was really just excited to see Dexter back. But then the show starts, and the main problem with Dexter: New Blood, I think, is that the show has some really great ideas, but they don't really utilize them too well. There are sprinkles of greatness throughout the show, but nothing really sticks the landing. And that was my biggest problem. Acting-wise, everyone's doing an absolutely great job. I gotta recommend Michael C. Hall and Clancy Brown. Those two just did great. I love Clancy Brown's character. He was a psycho, but played tremendously well by the actor. And Michael C. Hall always giving it 100%. I love that guy. He's such a great actor. And I love him as this character. So that was something that kept me going. But then as the show introduces, and this isn't, fuck it, I've already said I was gonna touch on spoilers. But when Dexter's son comes back into his life, things start to, go upside down. We start to learn new things about his son, whatnot, the connection that they do have. And, shit starts to hit the fan. But like I said, nothing ever really sticks in a satisfying way. And then after just watching the finale yesterday, I don't consider Dexter New Blood to be what some people are saying it like, again, another piece of trash. Like, no, this is far from like absolute shit television. No, this was just okay, but I would never classify it as one of the worst things I've seen on television. This was still pretty good from start to finish, even though at the finale, I didn't feel like there was some sort of conclusion. I wasn't satisfied, and I just didn't care. Like, and the big thing too is that if you're watching this, if you were a fan of Dexter and you watched all 8 seasons and then jumped into New Blood, as soon as the show starts, you're going to be able to call almost everything that happens in the show. And that was a major problem because as soon as something happened, let's say in the final episode, I called it. I absolutely called it. So did my family too. And we actually recently talked about this before each and every episode where we would call what was going to happen next week. And a lot of the times we were right. So that wasn't, exciting or something new. It was just kind of predictable. And I am truly disappointed that, I feel like the writing, they probably should have taken maybe a little bit more time and really work more on the script. I feel like if they were able to add certain things and really stick with certain ideas that they had in place in the beginning of the show, this could have ended on a much better note. And I do feel sorry for Michael C. Hall, and he's gotten another chance to wrap up this character, and this time it's still not good or around the same level as the last season, which absolutely sucks. But here's the thing: he's giving it his all, and I am truly happy with his acting. He did such a great job. He deserves nothing but praise, but the writing and direction definitely needed to be worked on with this show. But overall, I'm going to give Dexter New Blood a solid C. There are some enjoyable moments in this show, and it's only 10 episodes and it's a limited series, so you don't have to worry about jumping into another season unless they do a spin-off. But God, let's just call it there after the finale. If you're a fan of Dexter and you have not seen it, I would say go ahead and watch it, to kind of see where this character goes. But if you're still on the fence about watching it after what happened with, the last season finale, what people are saying about New Blood now, you're probably fine just skipping it. But I would not classify this as trash. I'm still happy that I got to see this character back on TV and, see where his journey would go. Even though there were things I didn't like and there were a few things I did like, I'm not really taking away anything from the show. Like, nothing really stood out as like that epic moment that you see in some of these television shows. It was just kind of like, all right, I get it. Okay, that's a wrap. That kind of thing. But again, and I really do need to emphasize this because I know it sounds like I'm trying to hold back and I have a lot more criticism. I really was happy to watch Dexter again. That was the biggest thing that came out of New Blood, was being able to sit down and watch Dexter come back to life on the screen. But yes, some things didn't work. The story was the biggest thing. Where they didn't take stuff, that was a big issue. But I loved seeing this character back on the screen. So even though I have that small amount of praise, it doesn't match up to the negatives that I had with the story and the direction that they took with him. I feel like it should have been a lot better, and that's why Dexter New Blood gets a C. So have you guys seen Dexter New Blood? What do you guys think? Maybe you guys thought it was better. If you do, let me know what you thought. Maybe I may have a changing opinion. But as of right now, my grading still stands. But that's it for the first review of 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have another project coming. Another anime project is on the horizon. A certain show just came back and will be wrapping up this year. And And I think now is a good time to not necessarily kind of do what I did with Sword Art Online, but really just kind of like, just stick with with it, more so review than, personal experience with this anime. And I actually did make a video for this anime way early on the channel. I'm actually going to be redoing that just to really increase the hype for this new marathon, because I think now is the time to talk about this show since it is going to be wrapping up this year, and I'm excited to talk about it. But there will be more content coming. I do enjoy doing this, but again, for like those first big movie reactions, unfortunately with Morbius delayed, it looks like the next movie I will probably be seeing in theaters will most likely be Uncharted with Tom Holland in February. So we got some ways to go, guys, but the movies are going to come. But for right now, I still have videos coming, and this was my first review of 2022. Even though the grading is at a C, I still wanted to talk about this, and it's important to spread what I think about this. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.